if you saw Wednesday's video, we are continuing on with that project here this weekend. We just transplanted, we made our back porch area right here. We cut out a larger area and transplanted that grass into the front yard, where I've been showing you, where I have showed you in past videos, I've got Poa triv sprouting up. Did not aerate my lawn this year, did not overseed my lawn this year, but the Poa triv came alive. Many times when I hand pull that stuff last year, on the outer edges, the majority's gone, it'll pop back up. If you miss one little strand, it's like it popped back up, and that's why I believe I still have it from last year. Last year is really the first time I noticed it, first time I've ever seen it. It sticks out like a sore thumb when you fertilize. It's a lime green color, where your dark fescue is a totally different color. So we transplanted this grass over there. I still had a couple more patches of Poa triv. I did hand pull those and went extra wide to the best of my hand pulling abilities. We put some GCI turf type tall fescue laterally spreading mix seed down with some peat moss on top. So hopefully in December, we'll pray for a miracle. It will have a day of warmth, and it's supposed to get really cold in the morning. So we are having rain in the 14-day forecast. So maybe that seed will germinate, maybe not. I don't know. Pray to God that it does. So it's like, leave it be. And we shouldn't have too many more mows to worry about blowing it around the lawn anyway. So part two here, what we're doing today, we still got the bags of rock, the brick nuggets in the back of my truck. We're going to spread that and try to refresh this area right here beside the water hose. But the other big thing was Miss Ferguson said, hey, let's move this tree. She's done all the hard work of digging this up while I've been transplanting the grass. So our edge right here is a little rough, so disregard that. That's going to grow in. We're going to trim that. That'll look nice in the future. We may even extend it out some, who knows. But right now, many of you have said that in the past, Mr. Ferguson, that Japanese maple's too close. All of my research, as I said in the last video, was it was fine being this close. We measured it. We thought it was fine, but we want to be safe. A house is expensive, right? Especially nowadays in 2023, 2024. So we're going to just move this forward. I think she wants to have that conversation. So what's your thoughts?
No, the only real reason for moving it is just so that way we don't have to trim the canopy too much.
When it goes up, yeah. And also, it's probably going to leave leaves in our gutter here, so it's something that will suck. But we're hoping just a little bit of privacy. I mean, it's just pretty, number one. I think somebody gave it to us. Oh, yeah.
That's why we
Kim from church gave it to us.
I'm not 100% familiar with what species it is to be able to know exactly
she bought it.
How big it's
I was over their house by my mom and dad, and she said, I bought this, and it's the wrong type. I don't need it. And so, do y'all want this? We was like, sure. So we planted it here. That's where we didn't go out and buy it. We was given this, and it's a nice tree. We like it, but yeah, so we're just trying to make sure we want to put it where it needs to go and stay, and hopefully it won't damage the foundation. I'm not really, we're not afraid of that at all, but we're just going to try to move it over here. So I think what her thoughts are is putting it where her foot is.
No, probably a little more like here.
And the roots will probably extend out in the grass, and we all know trees like to steal some of the nutrients from the grass.
But they're not.
But this is not a huge, massive oak tree like we got in our backyard. So that's the goal, is to try to, number one, dig a hole, move this, get it out a little bit further away, and put it over in this general area, and then freshen up our bricks. So I'm just going to throw you guys on a time lapse once again. It's just to save battery on the phone and everything. So that's the plan. You can watch it with a time lapse. We'll come back with a little update once we get some progress here. She picks out and tries to save some of the roots. So we'll see you in just a little bit. So I don't know if I put that time lapse in because it really didn't take long. I'll tell you what, the humic acid we've been putting down in this lawn for 5 years, it made digging this hole, like you can tell the richness of this soil. It's from the humic acid, it's from the RGS, it's from all the Next products we've been using. It makes a difference. I dug that hole in 2 seconds, boom, throw the tree in. Now she's basically packing the dirt in, and we're trying to handle the roots. So you see the roots extending out right there at the bottom. So I don't know anything about this besides like try to make it happy. You know, I know about grass a little bit. I do notice my edge over here, which you can't hardly see, but my edge over here is a little janky looking. So I may need to curl that off a little bit more and fix that. But ultimately, not as difficult as I thought. And really it goes to having soft soil. and rich soil. I think it's going to be perfectly happy here once we get it in place. We don't have to worry about people in the comment section telling us how close it is to our house. Just kidding. We knew it was a little dangerously close. So this,
We've never planted that.
yeah, we've never planted anything. She's got, what are these over here that come up? Hostas, yeah. These things come up in a force. You can kind of see it there as I tilt you. But this will look nice once it fully, I think it's going to be happier here. One thing I'll say is there are tons of rocks right here. So again, just like I said the last video, I was like, man, I should show them, but tons of rocks in this dirt. So even with all this rock, this grass, again, this area is it looks just like normal, like everything else. So just because you have rocks in your lawn it's not the end of the world. So we're going to just keep burying this, keep getting the stringy roots here in the ground, and we'll come back here in a minute, give you an update, show you the finished product. So I'll just hold the tripod here and talk to you. There we go. We've we were up here in this region, kind of equal with the trash can right here. We've slid it way up, probably 3 feet or so. That is 100, that's probably 6.5 feet from tree to house now. So it makes more room also for her tomatoes she wants to do in the summer. So we're probably going to, the idea is about where she's at, probably do rock until here. And then this we want to mulch, and we'll probably just go ahead with the dark mulch like I did on the other side I showed you guys, like we did in our trees. They're currently leaf covered, but the dark black mulch right up the street, we've got an area that sells it. So just a half a bucket load, we can refresh trees, and we're going to fill this in. So we got to do it before rain, obviously, though, because we don't want this to wash out. But it's in there good. We buried the roots. Success. It's straight up and down, as you can see there. So we'll have a little bit of a tree privacy right here for the back porch if we do, I don't know, live streams or make YouTube videos or something like that. So it's looking great. So it was a perfect day to do this because it's misting this morning when we was going to church, and she's got this potting soil we just kind of stepped on, compacted in a little bit. But I just can't help but say all of the next products, the RGS, the humic products, really made this digging up the sod, digging up the grass, digging the hole for the tree, a breeze. We're literally going to time lapse this part, which is just refreshing the rocks. Not much excitement in that, right? We'll do this area right here. We're gonna do the little strip right here in front of the brick on the far left, to the left of that propane tank. We're out of propane. You get it, my kids enjoy the propane fire. So I need to do that this week. But now it's just a matter of, like Miss Ferguson, bringing the rock, brick nuggets, and spreading that. So we'll do that here real fast. All right, so after carrying the rocks, getting the tree right, we refreshed everything by the water hose. I'll show you in just 2 seconds. We mainly concentrated by the water hose. That's exposed to the road, where under our bedroom, as I mentioned in the past, nobody sees that but us. So it's not a big deal, us and Mr. Brandon over here. So we do need more bags over here underneath the window. But let me show you real quick before it gets dark, the finished product of all of this. So again, our tree is good to go. Fresh dirt, good dirt, packed in tight. We're gonna mulch this. So don't worry about, Mr. Ferguson, you didn't put rocks there. We're gonna put mulch here. We're gonna have to do it before it rains. So maybe something where when we go get the rocks, we just get some dark mulch. I don't know, we'll figure that out. But we mainly concentrated refreshing this brick nuggets. What we previously did here, as you may have seen when we first started pouring it, was the lava rock. So again, they have one, then they don't have the other. Then they have one and don't have the one that we need, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Every time we go back to get more, they're out of it or something. So while they have it, we need to go get a couple more. But this looks much better. So this looks way better looking at it, at least in the almost dark. And we did fill in this little gap right here. So hopefully I will have to, and we can, this is all rubber mulch for the purpose of termites. And I think she's right in that Madison wanted to do wood mulch, but rubber mulch because of termites. So that's something to consider by your house, especially if you got a wood foundation. We're on a concrete slab, so, but still, we don't want, this is wood railing on the porch and everything, and we don't want termites. So that's rubber chocolate mulch from Lowe's, but we concentrated here. It looks much better. The contrast between the green grass and the red rock, I like it. I don't think it looks too bad. It may not be your preference. Don't worry about all this back here. It's still a work in progress. And again, we're going to mulch this much like this over here with her flower beds and things. So I did take the weed eater right here and trim this edge out some. It'll be a work in progress over time as we cut this grass. And then lastly, we only had a couple bags left, but we did put that over here. And so we filled in a little more. This is pure brick nugget. It matches. So we just need to fill that in more. And we do have moss on the edge. So I do need to spray some of these little weeds, these little cool season weeds that have come up right here that you may be able to see with some 2,4-D. It'll kill it in a couple of days. It'll knock these out quickly. Will the herbicide taint the rock? I don't know, but it looks like over time we've got mossy rock there like you see right here. So the moss out may be useful here. So our Jonathan Green Shady Nooks seed has finally popped up. It did it right after the natural rain. There's something about natural rain that it instantly popped up. I've been watering it, been watering it, been watering it. Natural rain comes, it pops up. So thank you for tuning in. This is the first time I've already got Monday's video done. We started today with this project and split it in two for Wednesday and Friday. So I hope you've enjoyed this week's videos. Thank you for the support on the videos. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And again, we'll try to be back next week. God bless you guys. We will see you on the next one. Take it easy.